On a bright spring day, a mother and her cub explore their icy world. The mother bear and cub have only recently emerged from their den, and it's the first time for the cub to see the open world. They are heading for the sea ice, where the cub's world will grow larger still. There's not much to see in the Arctic in early spring, just ice and snow, and more ice and more snow. But then, the cub spots something vibrant and compelling. It was stuck in the ice, but the cub managed to pull the lively red fabric from the frosty grip of the ground. The red cloth was the cub's new friend. It was useful for playing hide and seek. The red cloth was useful for warming the mother bear. It was also useful for waking the mother bear. When it came to tug of war, the red cloth was good for that too. The mother bear and the cub were so involved with their play that they did not notice that they were floating on a chunk of sea ice that had separated from the rest. They were out to sea and the world was suddenly a bit too large. The cub had only just learned to walk, and it was not ready to swim. It was too late to learn to swim the easy way, and the mother bear knew that it would only be more too late if she waited. So she tried to coax the cub into the water, but the cub was not ready, and the mother bear had to wait on the ice with the cub, hoping that the current would take them back to the big sea ice. Things were bad, but they got worse. A storm had rolled in, and waves began to toss and spin their little icy boat, such that they lost all sense of direction. The sea lapped at the two of them like a great drooling monster. The chunk of ice lurched to one side and then was rolled entirely to the other, flipping the bears into the abyss. Their jaws clamped tightly onto the red cloth. The thunder of the sea and sky were pure chaos, and the mother bear was not sure if she was going up or down. The crushing pressure of the sea and the shredding thorns of the rain were their own kind of nightmare. Still gripping the red cloth, she latched onto the ice and used her massive, powerful claws to climb. The mother bear got onto the ice and turned to see her cub, but was struck with a bolt of lightning. Her cub was gone. The red cloth was torn by the raging waters. The mother bear dove back into the icy water, and it was even colder than before. She swam deep and welled with anxiety. She looked all over and felt the immense pressure of the world bearing down on her. She swam far and wide and fast, her heart pushing and pulling like the waves. The cub was nowhere, but filled her mind entirely. The storm gave up before she did, but she did not find her cub. It was as if the world wanted only that which she valued most, and she felt like she had no future. She swam all night. She could have swam to the moon and back, but it would not have been far enough. The mother bear landed on the big sea ice, and the sun greeted her warmly as if nothing had happened. She didn't want to see anything rise from the ocean if it wasn't her cub. Closing her eyes was the only thing she could do to spite the sun, and she was almost too tired to do that. Some time passed, perhaps a week, and she would have slept longer, but she felt a warmness by her side. She woke to see a precious little snowy white fur ball cuddled up against her. Her spirit lifted instantly. No, a trick. A sly little Arctic fox was there to steal some of her last bits of warmth, and she was not happy. Her mind turned to revenge. Revenge that she wanted to exact on the world would start with the fox. That is, if she could catch it. The fleet-footed fox quickly scampered away, and even seemed to enjoy the attention. The mother bear did not enjoy it. She would have caught the fox at her peak. The fox got away, and her anger settled long enough for her to go back to sleep. But the next day brought something unexpected. The fox was back for some reason, and even more surprisingly, an Arctic hare was now nestled into the bear, The rage she had the day before was replaced with disappointment. She was the most powerful beast of the Arctic, but the hare called her bluff before she knew it was one. The hare was not even worth eating, and it seemed to know it. Feeling quite sorry for herself, she simply went back to sleep. And the next day brought yet another guest. An owl perched irksomely on the mother bear's neck like a second head, as if to chide the bear for its lack of wisdom. The hare was already tired of the fox's games. The mother bear was not amused by the three, but from time to time she was distracted from her grief. She did nothing but wallow, which only attracted more would-be meals. On this day, 2 reindeer came to view her as no threat. The fox chased the hare about as the owl tried to maintain order. The mother bear could hardly believe what she had become. She found that every so often there were gaps between thoughts of her cub filled with the life happening around her. A lone wolf joined the group one day, and its diligent playfulness coaxed the mother bear into something resembling play. She could not resist the smile of the wolf, and the fox was quite jealous. The reindeer, hare, and owl were relieved to see the mother bear revived by the good that the world had to offer. One day in their travels, they happened upon something special, a call that was both familiar and strange. The wolf relayed the message, the hare showed the way, the fox acted serious for once, the reindeer were calm, and the owl gave the mother bear a wink. Over the ridge was a lonely bear cub, surprised by all of the sudden company. The mother bear approached slowly and stared softly. The mother bear had an opportunity to answer the world's chaos and cruelty with mercy and compassion. She offered what she had to the lonely cub. The cub accepted graciously and basked in the warmth of the moment. They gave each other time worth passing. The magic of the world was clear from moment to moment. The new family gave each other their time, and it was the greatest gift imaginable. A gift that is like laughter. The more it's shared, the more there is. Time is the present of all presents. It's the place for excitement before something, and the location of good things to come. It's the thing that can be used to bring order to chaos. The magic of time can make family of strangers. Even after a time has passed, it can be revived in the mind, like some kind of magic.